Hey guys, it's me, Lil Ninja, back with another video, and today we're doing What If Deku Had the Omnitrix Part 3. Just making sure, Part 3, this is the Part 3, and this is probably one of the only Part 3s that I've gotten to so far. We're going to be doing another Part 3 tomorrow. It's another What If, MHA What If. So, yeah, and also after that, the next day, it's gonna be a what if of a not MHA what if Naruto what if, and maybe we might do the first what if that I did this week to part 2 for that, possibly this week, or maybe not. I don't know yet, but yeah. Without further ado, let's get into this amazingly crafted video.
It's Little Ninja time.
Izuku has just won his basically cavalry battle, making sure to keep the points that he had for everything. Basically making sure that he is still inside of the top spot and is a candidate for basically going on to the next round, as well as his team. So the first people, it would be Izuku and his team, Bakugo and his team, Todoroki and his team, and then a couple other people after that. With this, just like in canon, Izuku would be placed against Shinso. Yeah. With this, Izuku wants to figure out what he can do when Renjiro tells him not to answer to Forgot his name. Shinso would not tell him not to answer to Shinso because that could lead to consequences. With this, Izuku would decide not to answer Shinso at all, making sure that making sure not to answer to Shinso when it's time for him to battle. Izuku would get on the ring and would basically Shinso would start berating him with questions, and Izuku would not speak at all, knowing that speaking could basically make him could make him lose. So he would decide to get an alien that could just move Shinso out of the ring fast, which would be Accelerate. After transforming into Accelerate, he would then grab Shinso and push him out of the ring, getting him the win faster than ever, with him basically winning easily. Also with this, the Omnitrix would have upgrade. It's sensing a basically upgraded disc near, also unlocking a few more aliens. Basically, this disc being near him is making the Omnitrix unlock new aliens. So, yeah. After his round, Izuku would go out and try to find this disc, which would be inside of the bush, trying to figure out where it came from. Of course, with this, his sister would come out with him. Soon, a portal would open, and this portal would be massive. A giant ship would appear in the sky, and the whole basically area would turn dark. A new enemy would jump down. He would be massive, a tentacle monster, and this would be Vilgax. Having run into Ben already, destroying his Omnitrix, knowing that this Omnitrix that this one has is better than that one. It's being the 2.0 Omnitrix, with Vilgax wanting the best version. Vilgax came from a whole different dimension to do this. Wait a minute. I gotta check this. I'm sorry. He would be coming from a wormhole that he created to get the best omnitrix. Vilgax would be staring directly at Izuku, with Izumi ready to take Vilgax down with her brother. Vilgax would still just be staring at both of them, thinking that 2-on-1, not really fair, but I can do this. Vilgax would slowly start to make his way to Izuku. Izuku putting his hand over the Omnitrix and slamming it down, becoming forearms. With this, forearms would begin to run right at Vilgax, trying to bash Vilgax's head in. Izuku would just get slammed away by Vilgax, having the cybernetics that he had in canon. It would basically make him a lot faster. Vilgax would just basically slam Izuku into a wall many, many times. Izumi trying to use her flames just to get Vilgax off of Izuku, but nothing is working. Vilgax is just bodying Deku until finally Izuku, after feeling too much pain, would pass out and the Omnitrix would turn Izuku back into his regular form. Izuku would be taken up to Vilgax's ship, while Vilgax would knock Izumi out as well. Not taking Izumi because he doesn't need Izumi. Vilgax would then take Izuku and basically try and take the Omnitrix off of Izuku, actually succeeding unlike before with Ben. Ben would somehow appear on the ship with Vilgax slamming Ben into the wall as well. Vilgax expecting Ben to come at this moment, basically ripping Ben's arm off, taking the other Omnitrix to show Ben that he doesn't even have the Omnitrix and he should have never came. With this, Vilgax would proceed to crush Ben into the wall, maniacally saying that he has won for the final time and he will gain his prize, the best Omnitrix in the universe, and would put the Omnitrix on himself. Izuku not knowing what to do, Izuku would watch as Vilgax would have fully crushed Ben Tennyson. With Ben being gone, Izuku would lose all hope, until All Might would be slamming into the ship, starting to box with Vilgax, trying to take Vilgax off of his own ship. But with this new Omnitrix, Vilgax would have transformed into Humongosaur and would have bashed All Might into the wall, saying that All Might is not worth it. And then basically throwing Izuku off of the ship, and would decide to stay on Earth for a few more days, causing some mayhem, and would make sure to try and conquer the Earth. Izuku would be falling from the sky, with his sister waking up and catching him from the air. With this, Izuku would also be disqualified from the UA Sports Festival. With this, Izuku would be hospitalized, with Vilgax still roaming through Earth, trying to basically find a way that he could spend his time. Izuku would then wake up inside of the hospital with Principal Nezu and all of his classmates by his side, with all of his classmates noting that the watch that was on his arm is gone. Izuku would actually have to tell them the truth about the Omnitrix, saying that the Omnitrix wasn't basically a cork. It was never a cork, and it was basically not his until someone helped him make it his. But that someone is gone, and his basically cork is gone now. He can't even go to UA anymore. All of Midoriya's friends would say they would help him gain the Omnitrix again, and they wouldn't let him quit on becoming a hero. Bakugo would just say, "I finally gained a good rival. We are going to help you get that watch back." and you're gonna like it. With this, Bakugo and the heroes and Class 1A will begin to basically start making an idea to find Vilgax, take the Omnitrix, and take Vilgax down. Izuku would be the one that has to have the most support items, since the Omnitrix technically was a support item inside of their eyes. With this, Izuku and his team would go to get the Omnitrix. With this, the sports festivals would be canceled, and the heroes would have to go to work. Of course, with All Might with the heroes pinpointing Vilgax's location, it being in America, and all of the heroes going directly to America to take Vilgax down, with them holding him in a deadlock, with Izuku ripping the Omnitrix off of Vilgax because the Omnitrix recognized his DNA. And then the Omnitrix would reattach to Izuku. Izuku slamming the Omnitrix and turning into one of the most powerful aliens in existence, Alien X. Of course, with this, Alien X would transport Vilgax to space without a spaceship and would send him flying. With that, Alien X would stop moving. With this, Izuku would be inside of the Alien X mindscape, trying to figure out what just happened. Izuku would be inside of the mindscape, seeing two new people. I'm gonna say these two people's name is Aris and Asia. Both of them being two of the three parts of Alien X. With this, Izuku would say, how does he get out of this transformation, wanting to move again? They would not allow Izuku to move because they would need a tiebreaker. They finally have a tiebreaker. They would start to discuss what they have been wanting to do for the past few years, finally having a tiebreaker. Izuku would put into vote that he should go back into his regular body, and they would both deny that, with the vote going against him. Izuku would ask to be able to move inside of Alien X, and they would both deny that as well. Izuku not having any type of free reign on this, trying to figure out a way that he could somehow just get out of here. Izuku would state that he has friends, and he needs to go see those friends, with them stating that they haven't had another person inside of this place since, never. Izuku would say, I'm out of here. What's the point in using all of this power if he can't even do anything with it? And they would not like this. Them saying, you can get out of here. It doesn't matter. If we had a tiebreaker, leave. And they would send him out of Alien X, with Izuku transforming back to normal, being inside of the hospital again. With this, Izuku would go back into basically school and would basically have one recommendation for his I forgot what it was called, but basically hero licensing stuff. Well, they don't have their hero licenses yet, but they will get them, is what I'm saying. Izuku would be recommended to Gran Torino, like in canon, but this time Gran Torino wanting him to use his fastest and the most nimble alien. Izuku would state that he has two fast aliens that he knows of. With this, Izuku would look inside of his Omnitrix and would pick the one that could probably bounce off walls like Torino, it being Fast Track. Fast Track, I would say, could do this with him not just being fast, but also, I say, being nimble and being able to do the things that I just said. With this, Izuku would decide to use Fast Track and would start trying to catch Gran Torino and would fail immensely. Izuku would start his own training, trying to find an alien that could best work, best be fast, but also be strong. With him deciding to stop training on the final day and would start looking for more discs. He would find a disc that was inside of a dumpster and would grab it, seeing that it has the letter F on it, and he would put it inside of the omnitrix with the omnitrix saying fusion unlocked, him being able to now fuse aliens to his liking. With this, Izuku would not know, would not really have anything else to train with, would actually go out doing basically not hero work, but would eventually find Ida fighting Stain. And with this, Izuku would try and fight Stain, but him getting attacked by both sides. Izuku would use the fusion portion of the Omnitrix to transform into a four-arms version of basically Accelerate. With this, Izuku would be fast and strong, taking Stain down very quickly, and then transforming back, with Stain being tied up for the most part. Izuku would go back to Gran Torino to finish his training, and Gran Torino would state that he has nothing more to teach Izuku. Izuku going back to school for the most part. Then we got the things that I probably should do in part 4, but seeing as I still have a lot of time, being 3 minutes that I can use to basically probably do the hero license exams and not just the hero licensing exams, the final exams not the final exams, but yeah, whatever that was. Oh yeah, now I remember. Not the hero licensing exams, the camp. Izuku would go to a camp with his friends. The hero camp is what I'm going to call it, with basically Class 1A being dropped off at a mountain, while Aizawa would go to basically the main part of the camp. Izuku actually using one of his aliens to teleport them directly to the camp, sensing Aizawa's energy. This alien being Alien X, because Alien X just didn't want Izuku to be inside of Alien X for that long, so they just did what he wanted them to do, because they basically are on bad terms with Izuku right now. And with that, they would Class 1A and Class 1B would start their great hero training to get their hero stuff to the best point. Izuku's training would basically be using his new aliens to the best of their abilities, and using his old aliens in a way that is different from what he already uses them to do. Basically making sure to use each alien the best way that he can. And of course, this is when the villains attack. At this point, when are the villains not attacking inside of Class 1A? Not attacking Class 1A. Of course, everything towards canon would go the same in here. Izuku using Humongosaur. Using Humongosaur would actually get blasted apart by Muscular, which I think would be not the same strength as Vilgax, but near that strength. And I know what you're thinking, freaking All Might got slammed into a wall. Why wouldn't the same how does that make sense? That would mean Muscular is stronger than a freaking than Humongousaur too. No, I'm not. I mean, stronger than All Might. I'm not stating that he's stronger than All Might. I'm just stating that like this version can go toe to toe with basically Humongousaur. Other than that, everything else would go to canon, and that is where I will leave it off. And I hope you liked the video, even though I kind of did it fast. I wasn't really. I was like, wasn't trying to. I didn't figure out what I wanted to do for a part 2 because haven't done a part 2 or part 3 in a while. So I just decided to do a what if Deku. This what if. So I'll be going now, and I hope you subscribe to this video if you are new. Without further ado, Little Ninja out.